Time that United and Liverpool played in the final here was 1977. John Motson looks back.
Liverpool had been crowned champions a week before the FA Cup final of 1977, and they were due to play in the European Cup final 4 days after Wembley. The team of Kennedy, Case and Keegan were bidding for an unprecedented treble. As for Manchester United, they'd played in the FA Cup final 12 months earlier, losing to second division Southampton, whose winning goal came in the second half from the late Bobby Stokes. It broke United hearts and somewhat unkindly labelled Tommy Docherty a loser.
I'd never won at Wembley as a player, as a manager of Chelsea in '67 with Spurs, against Southampton in '76, and it was do or die, so to speak. And I was looking forward to it, but I thought Liverpool, they've won the championship, they're going for the treble, European Cup the Wednesday after the cup final, and I wasn't too confident, I must say, actually.
We were playing with so much confidence at that particular time that we didn't feel that anybody was capable of beating us as long as we played as well as we possibly could do. And certainly we went into that FA Cup final against Manchester United very, very confident indeed.
I was playing croquet with Ronnie Corbett in the morning of the match on the lawns there. And I was in my room, because I was doing a bit of an advert, a commercial at the time, for a razor company. And we were quite busy on the morning of the match, and it eased the time away a little bit with having plenty to do.
Oh, you've got a big bottle?
Yeah.
Only got one about that big.
Yeah, you've got a big one now.
Ta, thank you.
Okay, see you.
See ya.
Ta.
Oh, there's a good one.
Hello, right.
Morning, Tom.
How are you?
Got a nice night's sleep?
Very nice.
Good
Yourself?
Good shave?
Close one.
Are you gonna...
Yes. Thanks again.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, then.
One thing.
Yes, what's that?
No running through the bottom of the nose, all right?
Docherty had been to Wembley 7 times as player and manager and never won. Bob Paisley had taken over from Bill Shankly 3 years earlier, just after Liverpool's FA Cup final victory over Newcastle. There were no goals in the first half of that final, and neither were there in 1977. Indeed, it was an indifferent match until a hectic period early in the second half.
As Jimmy Greenhoff's header on for Pearson, a chance on here, and Pearson is the scorer.
When the ball dropped down to Stuart Pearson on the edge of the box, I was convinced that he was going to have another touch to get it out of his feet before he hit the shot. And because of that, I was still just moving slightly forward as he did hit it. And that stopped me from getting down quickly to my left-hand side. And the ball just didn't sneak under my body, but did go under my body. Really, I should have got my body or some part of my body behind it.
Within 2 minutes, of course, there was an equaliser at the other end. Do you remember the Liverpool goal?
Yes, I can remember, because it's, for me, although it didn't win the FA Cup final, it was one of the goals at Wembley. I mean, it was a superb goal by Jimmy Case. I mean, he took it on his chest, swivelled on his right foot, and volleyed it straight in the top corner. And Alex Stepney didn't even get the chance to dive for it. He just watched it go in the top corner.
Jones. Case. Good turn. Oh, yes!
It really was a superb strike, and when that went in, I felt we could then go on and win the game, because up until then, as I say, we'd had a majority of the play but hadn't really created, and I thought that was the spark that would set us off and we'd go on to win the game. But of course it wasn't to be so.
I thought, oh no, here we go again. And then we got that well-planned goal, which we planned in training all week, when McCarry shot cannon off Jimmy Greenhoff.
Did you realise from where you were sitting what had happened there?
No. I just saw the crowd jumping up behind the goal, and I thought, oh, we scored. And I didn't care who scored or what happened. It was in the back of the net, and it was 2-1.
On by Macari. Smith slips slightly. Jimmy Greenhoff. And has it gone in by Macari, is it? And United are back in front.
It was a little bit scrappy the way it got into the angle of the box, and then as the shot was hit, certainly it was never going in as far as I was concerned. And it took a deflection. I was going the wrong way. Phil Neal couldn't get back behind me to clear it off the line. And it just about made the back of the net. It was going so slow when it went in. But it was a bizarre goal, but it was just one of those situations where maybe it wasn't going to be our day.
It was horrendous. The time was dragging, and we were shouting at the referee that his watch had stopped, and all sorts of complaints. And then the cheer went up when the whistle went, and the first one to turn towards me was Bob, God rest his soul, Bob Paisley. Come over and says, well done, Tom, pleased for you. and it was great.
12 months after losing here, Tommy Docherty is at last a winner.
I forgot all about the lap of honour and actually started to walk off the pitch on my own. And I think I got at least halfway to the tunnel, maybe nearer to the tunnel than that, and I realised that the rest of the lads had gone on the lap of honour. But I was so far adrift of the lads, I just thought, well, I'm not going to catch them up now anyway, and I just walked off down the tunnel in a world of my own, really, so disappointed in the result and how we'd performed.
There is a shot of you with the lid of the FA Cup on your head. How did that come about?
Well, I was dancing about with the team, and actually, Big Jack Charlton was up on the gantry, and I believe Jack said the year before against Southampton we didn't do our homework properly, or I didn't do our homework properly, and I was just pointing up at the gantry at Big Jack saying, "Not bad for someone who didn't do his homework, was it, Jack?"
That's what it's all about. He's the happiest man in football tonight.
But a few weeks later, Docherty cut an unhappy figure when he was sacked by Manchester United over his relationship with Mary Brown, wife of the club physiotherapist.
A meeting of the directors has decided unanimously that Mr. Docherty is in breach of the terms of his contract and his engagement is terminated forthwith.
19 years later, Tommy and Mary are still together. As for Liverpool, they went on to Rome and beat Borussia Mönchengladbach to lift the European Cup for the first time.